So do we want to start with any update just to calm the nerves? Our own Rocco DeSangro had a tweet about it saying that the Orioles, Zach, I believe, just removed Coby for precautionary reasons.
Yeah, Coby Mayo just ran into he was actually 2 for 2 before that. So, yeah, apparently, I guess on a pop-up or something, he ran into the dugout, and precautionary reasons, they decided to just take him out of the game, not going to risk anything. So it shouldn't be something that lingers or anything. I think it's just more of a, hey, you're one of our untouchable prospects. We're not going to, in a useless game that you're already 2 for 2 we're not going to make you go out there and potentially hurt yourself anymore. Other guy that Heston Kjerstad, another RBI double today after his first pitch he saw back in AAA. Gonzo last night hit a bomb. We've talked about before. There's no question about Heston Kjerstad's talent. He's down there just to get at bats. I mean, they just don't want him sitting.
Yeah, and also, where was Heston's home run, by the way? Where did he hit it?
Oppo.
And that's where he lives. Like, that's the complete hitter. And a lot of good hitters hit the ball all over the ballpark, right? That's what you guys have heard me talk about. So for Coby Mayo, actually, if you can find this, Zach, I didn't even tell you this before. I should have. Gavin Sheets, when we were played against each other in AAA, he was on the Charlotte Knights. I was on the Tides. Gavin flipped over the dugout at first base. And that video's out there if you want to try to play reporter.
Wow.
Since we don't have at Rocco DeSangro here to do the other investigative reporting. I felt so bad. I'll tell that story when you find that video. But Kevin, Coby Mayo, he should be okay. Hopefully he's okay. This wasn't him. You know, some people that didn't see it initially like, oh, wait a minute, is he going to be coming up to the big leagues? Unfortunately, no, that doesn't look like the case here. That's just the reality. But on the other side, the hot topic, which is just, it circulates constantly, it gets people polarized, is Jackson Holliday, who seems to be getting back on track and looks to get his confidence back at the plate right now.
Yeah, I know we had the conversation a little earlier where he had gone back down and was struggling initially, but he's starting to get it back. He's found his power, found his bat a little bit, and we all knew that it was coming eventually, right? It was a roller coaster of about a month for him, going up to the bigs and then getting sent back down in that whole situation. But to me, we know Jackson's uber talented. We know he has the tools and the stuff. We also know he's 20 years old and that he has a whole heck of a long career ahead of him. So there is always going to be a conversation around Jackson, especially until he gets back up to Baltimore and starts to produce. But as we've said before, you know, some of these guys who have come up, Colton Cowser, you know, Gunnar and Adley weren't the Gunnar and Adley they are today just when they got brought up. So Jackson, I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's finding his stride again. And it was something that none of us here doubted that he was going to. We all expected that.
No, I mean, he's a really damn good player, and he's young, by the way. And I know people are probably wondering about, what were the adjustments here? And I know people are saying, did he lower the leg kick? Is he starting to squat a little bit, be more into his legs? And again, I can talk about that in a second here, but to give you guys a context of what he's done recently, well, the other night on May 16th, I guess today is May 16th, he was 2 for 5 in the game, 6 total bases, a jack, a double, pretty darn good for Jackson Holliday. For a guy then, now he's starting to pick it up a little bit in May, off to a slower start, hitting 240 for the month. But again, I love the struggles. I love him being able to deal with all that. And for the adjustments part, I guess I will talk about that a little bit more here, is, yeah, I'm okay. Someone asked me, do you want to tinker with things too much? And my answer was, as a hitter sometimes, I mean, my dad was the king of changing his stances, changing what feels good. And actually, if I can move around here, hey, now, it's really wherever you can feel like you can fire from. I like to consider it like the firing position, right? So when you're going to go swing, what makes it feel like the bat can come flying through the zone and you can try to get to the bat to the ball the most efficiently? But right now, when I saw in the big leagues, it looked like Jackson was thinking a little bit too much. Bat got a hair long, and his front shoulder kept kind of flying off a little bit, and you saw him missing on the fastballs or fouling pitches off, but mainly he was just missing pitches he usually drives. So he probably went, you know what, I'm going to try to make a little adjustment, and people are going to look at it and magnify. It's, to the hitter, it's not a huge change, to be honest. Like, I'm not seeing anything drastically different besides that he's maybe sinking into his legs a little bit. But for hitters in general, if you go and look at them over time, they're going to make these types of adjustments. it might feel like a big adjustment, but it's really just a small thing. And that's okay. Jackson, what works right now might not work again in 3 weeks, in a month. So keep that in mind. But whatever it is, the biggest thing for me is mentally, is he able to make the adjustments? Because that's what's happening at the big league level.
Mm-hmm.
Colton Cowser's been off to a great start, and people were ready just to write him off for having some struggles. Not worried about him. Now you just got to make adjustments to the adjustments. But Cowser, he's going to be fine. And he also, by the way, shaved his beard, by the way. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he did say he told us on this show he had the best mustache in the on the team. So he went to prove it.